needed some special sauce to get through this matchup. Something you're going to beat them on. Build something. First was they were trying to get better at Star Hardpoint. They were looking for various avenues to get through. This time maybe through the Highrise, but we're getting ready to rock and roll. 6-star Hardpoint to start us off. Overall records on the season. OpTic feeling good going into it. You saw the match from the online qualifiers. Joe, how you feeling?
Well, I mean, you gotta be feeling good if you're OpTic. You beat them online, right? This is the map that you won. It was then you dropped the next 3, but 6-star has been a fantastic map addition for OpTic Texas. 5-1 now FaZe. Obviously 2-1. They're gonna be a solid team on anything. But I think if you're OpTic, you're feeling confident.
So far, so good. The rhythm flowing right now for OpTic Texas as they get out to a good start and look to accrue time inside of the point spread, though. Not up to the fight as Simp comes rounding the edge, but this is all for a fight to get into the grand final. For those just joining us, it's the Toronto Major 3. Winner of this battles Toronto in a grand final. And if you've missed the matches between these two teams all year, they have been wars.
Yeah, they have. I mean, obviously very close games, but yeah, I mean, FaZe, no matter what, have come on top. 6-0 on the year. Is OpTic gonna find 3-4 dead in the feed on this P2 rotation? You're gonna be set up now. aBeZy does spawn out a bit weird, so maybe not to be ready for that. But it looks like Dashy, he's gonna have an idea. He's gonna have the one-on-one on the pinch, but aBeZy gonna win it.
Great time for the 4 down on this scenario. But it's 5 seconds till the next hardpoint allows you to really set up. But now with 15 seconds in, the push really starting to build. 2 players lurking, trying to catch people. If they can't for OpTic Texas, that's not going to happen. Atlanta FaZe able to get in, get a big break, looking for a lead change here shortly.
Well, FaZe thought with aBeZy pushing around that back spawn was going to be open, but OpTic, they all spun up front. FaZe were going to try to trap them in on this P3 rotation. Out is the opposite effect. BC 5-7, similar spawn outs here. So this will allow FaZe to get set up, but OpTic with a nice break there with 30 seconds left.
Break after break between these two squads. Yeah, you talked about the close matches, but the Hardpoint specifically have all been between like 10 and 20 points. They've been nuts. If you're talking about just like minor improvements to maybe get a series win, is it the Hardpoints for OpTic Texas? Is Cell, he's shooting bodies early in this one.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, it's 8-3 sort of Hardpoint count in that matchup. A couple of those go your way. Maybe you are winning
just so close.
Those series. Obviously, the search and destroy, I think for FaZe, maybe struggling a bit. Feels like Ultra always plays them tough in S&D. If you look back towards Major 1. But we are right back to that scenario where in winners final, FaZe lose to Ultra, and then right away, FaZe has to play OpTic.
Yeah, it feels like deja vu. We've been in these scenarios over the years since the inception of the CDL, that is for sure. But bursting on through, it's the boys from OpTic Texas. Shotzzy will get 2. Shotzzy will dial up a triple. As that'll be 4 in a row for him, and another break and into the point. Go OpTic Texas. 12 already for Shotzzy.
You loved it, did that streak, Joe, but not going to happen. Only down 30 is FaZe, but Dashy was so good against New York earlier. 10 seconds left on rotation. aBeZy versus Shotzzy. And Shotzzy, he's struggled at times in this matchup throughout the year, right? It's really been about bread in this series, but Shotzzy, when it went like that through the bulletproof glass, he is a magician with the doors. He shows you why.
Oh, we are trolling. That was great. Now Pred finding an opening from the rear as well, but 40-point lead, kills through, breaks through. OpTic Texas, once again, you are here. 1 player remaining. It'll be Shotzzy at 14-7. The other 3 spawning out, trying to get there. How long can he lurk? Can the team sit there in time? They're able to collapse. Can he? Dashy bursts on through. The lead is building.
Yeah, I mean, you had aBeZy pushed up to turn off the reinforcements. He doesn't get one on the opposite side somehow. Shotzzy gets a kill with the hipfire. He's hitting again. Double positive is this man. Dashy is now locking down the hill, but I think that's the big thing. Shotzzy has struggled versus FaZe. aBeZy has taken over. Time and time again, if Shotzzy's playing like this and he's in his pool, this one could be done.
Listen, you were on 13 straight if you were FaZe. It's been a while since you've been tested. You get dropped, you get beat, and now OpTic Texas, while they're down, drop kick them, lay them out. Put them away if you can. Is so far so good massively, but at this particular point, finally, Atlanta FaZe may be able to get a break in an early setup as they'll look to rack the time and get something positive going, because it has been all OpTic Texas and this crowd roaring for them.
Yeah, Simp locked it down the middle of the map. That's pretty much 4 dead. So Shotzzy the next one up, and yeah, get that cut. Don't allow him to get into the water. Give him the shark, his other form. So far, a clean 25 seconds here for Atlanta FaZe. You can already see in the top right a slow start for Cell. We don't see that very often. On the opposite end, it has been Shotzzy leading the way with 18, and here he goes. swimming, buying time.
Of course, just able to get across and then win the gunfight. The man is one with the water. Let's go to a listen in with OpTic Texas.
I have new cover out, new cover. Y'all can put me in. Run in. Yeah. Blue, easy. What's up, play?
I'm getting stage. I'm getting stage.
I have blue. What's up, play?
I have full stage.
He's 20 feet.
I have full stage, guys.
Let's out two blue. I have blue. Stay down.
I have stage.
I have water steps. Full steps and two blue.
Left stage.
I'll tell him I'm dead. Blue. Not weak. Nice. Last two mid. Nice. Last one here. He's there. Yeah.
Absolute.
Okay. He might read
Hold blue.
I'll stand blue.
I'm trying to carry
BZG on me. One spot. Blue dead. Archer, are you?
Steps.
Are you not telling me?
I'm hitting mid steps. I can kill mid steps.
Wait. Full steps. Low blue.
Absolute BZG point.
Alright, listen. Take your time. Somebody go take her out. Take her out. Right.
Yeah.
Or left. I spawned up behind him.
I spawned behind him too.
I'm gonna
hitting stage.
I'll wait.
Stage shit on.
Nice job. I'm behind him. Blue.
This is a really good scrap, guys. Someone you. I stunned him.
One spot.
One G on me.
I'm behind him.
One G.
Absolute.
I'm running up.
Lane on back. Nice job. I hear. Listen, Brandon, take a piece left.
DJ dead! One more hitting me out. Two of those. 2 steps and draws it out. One more out, kill.
What's that out? Absolute no drop.
I spawned out. They're going to the back.
BZ's on you too. Fucking Brandon. Nice. They spawned on stage.
Yeah, whole stage.
I'll get our pinch. I will get our pinch.
Yeah. Can they spawn front?
You three in the back. You one shot up Sim. Alright, Sim's late P1, bro. He's late P1.
I'm going vent. I'm getting vent.
He's late fuck front.
I have a kill ban, I think.
Yeah, he's in the stairs on his Brandon.
They're going top.
I'm just holding ban.
Absolutely.
I'm staying ban. I'm waiting for you guys.
I'm here. Challenge it. I'll sit down. Give me out of town. I'll challenge it.
I'm dead. Let's go.
He's close right. He chatted. Out front left.
One of the back. Hit the front. Hit time.
Yeah, tell me what got time right now, Jaws. By himself.
Sorry, Jaws after the time. He went to Tails. Went to Tails.
Tails. One shot. Hit him again. Nice. Right top left.
After a bit of run there for Atlanta FaZe, Simp is able to get a cruise dashie though with a double to create a mess and get inside the point. Just about a 40-point advantage. We'll get right back over to Dashie. A one-on-one on the other side of it. Abizi is able to win that. Looking to get set up for next.
Since his second P1, you have just felt a lot more FaZe slays in the feed. They're starting to get a little bit more locked in. They're flowing with the map. They're picking up the pinches. Shotzzy, another chance to make a play. He's able to get on in. This is going to buy his team some time. But as you said, Simp able to earn that cruise. When will that come into play? And now FaZe will have to take their time through the back. You're going to see Abizi's going to spawn out. It looks like Shotzzy's going to be able to read it for now.
I thought Shotzzy was going to get eyes on it. Looks to be the case because Kenny will pick that up as he'll wrap back to deal with it. And then Kenny able to get another one. Shotzzy wins his one, and they'll stay inside of the point. Still spotting in the back will be Atlanta FaZe. Still trying to fight in with a healthy chunk of time remaining here. But you're winning your close-up ones. Kenny nearly get a second, but not quite back to full HP. Will lead to a flurry of kills now for Atlanta FaZe. Joe, what do you see on the map as we have 15 seconds till we head to the next hard point?
So it's just a question here, Phil. I mean, I'm just going to keep fighting this and keeping them spawned in the back. As Dashie with the double on rotation is Simp. Again, you still have the cruise for a break. I thought maybe FaZe were just going to go all out at that P4, use the cruise at the P3, use the cruise at the P4, but they're going to save it for bridge, win this rotation.
Draza locked and loaded, was able to take down 2, Sheeting forward, but it's Shotzzy. That'll close the door. The collapse starting to come in. Working through the back will be Kenny. Kenny will pick up the reinforcements, maybe, or will he? He'll be able to win that one-on-one. Cell gonna suddenly be the last guy up. So much stuff to deal with. Collapsing from both sides. It's a perfect pinch and trap there from OpTic Texas. You get back into the point. So close to bouncing up over that 200-point mark. Lead at 50. Here we go down the stretch.
Yeah, you might just go all out for this, right? What I was saying with the last hill and push this scrap time. That is a big 20 for OpTic, but Cell is there. Now, again, you still have the cruise, but if you look at the rotation, you're going to have 2 players there, Simp and Abizi versus Kenny. Kenny soon will have the help from his teammates and the reinforcements, but Abe already inside of the point. Of course, Shotzzy sees him. I don't know, the guy's got some super goggles.
Once again, making the plays, come water side. Setup is OpTic. Time here to technically get the W. Streak, though, ready to go. One of the tiny tears of Abizi able to get the kill. Simp now trying to follow it up, hunting for one of the reinforcements. It's not going to hit, but the teammates are finding the kills, and they're right back in. Here come OpTic Texas.
Yeah, this is where FaZe got into the game a little bit right on the first rotation, so a very strong hold. It's similar.
Like the first 30 or so, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Kenny's going to try to pinch through mid. Shotzi, you gotta deal with him. He's just gonna waste so much time on the hill. Abizi gonna go for the gunfight, but I don't know, man. The guy knows something about the water. I am telling you, he is up to 32.
In his natural habitat and holding it down. Stunned, but not stopped. Just hiding there behind the step. He's able to get another one as he gets onto Abizi. Trying to get taxed into Draze as well. The help is there on through. Swimming, it's swimming, but finally he will fall. 17 needed for OpTic Texas. Another P1 up to bat.
Yeah, but you have the crews out, and now you already have rotation one by OpTic. Kenny 3 in the row. Able to lock down this P1, but here comes FaZe. Draze all 4, as he's got 35, and now everyone down for OpTic.
Draze on 35 and 4 in a row. The guy is zapping. Shotzi only able to take down one. To DJ we go. Trophy maybe getting it out of there, but for now Dashy just trying to spot. Able to locate one, but nearly falling. Stays up at 58 HP. The rally now from Atlanta FaZe, but only one person here. Is the rest are going to drop. Looking for the clearance inside. They're able to deal with Shell. And Shotzi will get the multi-kill. Dashy following it up. And OpTic just looking for these 10 seconds. 20 remaining in the hard point. 10 to go for the W. Shotzi rocking, rolling on 38 and map 1. It's a W. They have had so many close hard points, and it feels like against FaZe, finally, you're closing one out on land. Like, listen, I know you were to beat him on 6-star when you talk about the qualifier, but on land, the series we cast with the winners final was 237, 250, 237, 250. Tight ones in the grand final. In the ice, it has been FaZe in this matchup. In the ice, today it is Texas.
Well, thankfully it's not ice, it's water. It is
That's
a
true.
beautifully heated pool.
Sun's out.
And Shotzi just lives in it. I don't understand. He knows something someone else does not. He's able to dodge so many bullets, waste so much time. I don't know if a guy's got a rebreather in there or what, but he leads the way with 39. 6,500 damage. On the other side, I mean, you get a hell of a performance out of Draze. It just feels like you started a little bit too slow from the FaZe side.
39 and 26, all 25 non-traded kills from the pool. Now, I'm kidding, but like, seriously, like, it is unbelievable. Like, is there some cheese to it? Certainly. But, like, there's also, like, this weird skill gap in the sense he is better. Absolutely. Once you get him in. It's like,
he, like, shaves his legs for this or what? That's what swimmers do, right?
Yeah, maybe he does.
Yeah, dude, maybe it's body waxes.
Oh, just a wild one from start to finish. I mean, OpTic Texas, they go up early. They seem to be, I don't know, some semblance of control. Shotzi playing with his food here. Finally, it's like, who's going to win this battle of patience? It's Shotzi.
Yeah, I mean, they held on to this 60-point lead. This is when FaZe maybe start to bring it back a bit. But again, you wasted maybe 20 seconds of this by Shotzi's play. Then this is when Simp was able to earn that cruise over towards that P2. And it's just like both teams really couldn't have a feel for these spawns at P1 over towards P2. You needed a big break, and it was towards the P3 side from OpTic. Multiple players finding multi-kills. You then force the crews to come out over towards that pool. And it's a good start. Maybe first 15, 20 seconds there for FaZe, but then guess who?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it felt like early on, though, like both teams were doing a solid job of breaking. There were a ton of breaks. Just felt like OpTic were getting more time and value out of there. It's like you're dealing with that next wave a little bit better, where you keep some people in, get, even if it was only 5 to 10 seconds, like a little more time, maintain that lead until Shotzi goes bananas, nearly putting up a 40-piece. And Shotzi is cooking. Pred, his dynamic duo, gassing, roaring there with him. As these guys are fired up, the venue is fired up. And you just feel good to get that hardpoint victory on land. And the way this series look, yes, you've been putting in the work on Highrise, but on paper, obviously the advantage to Atlanta FaZe, but that map one starts to shift things.
No, it does. Yeah, I mean, yeah, able to get out in a 1-point lead, but similar to the online, right? You win the 6-star, now you're going to a back-to-back Highrise. You've been working on it time and time again. You have been studying FaZe's gameplay, the VOD, trying to prep for a moment like this.
And for a team like FaZe that's been so good on Highrise in general, I mean, New York's a team we'll talk about with Highrise Control as well, because they can beat FaZe, one of the few that can do it. But like, what is it about that team that maybe has made them so strong on this particular map?
Well, I think Highrise Search and Destroy, it's unconventional, right, in a way. But I think we saw it like earlier today. You have someone like aBeZy who could just find these first bloods, get out with his life. Now, when we get to Highrise Control, their ability to sort of play the B point, get off it, get on it, I don't know. They just make defenders very uncomfortable.
And we'll get to that one a bit later. But yeah, as far as the map, I mean, we saw like earlier, you know, Hydra making plays early in rounds, finding doubles. But when you're in like those 1v3s, it's like you get trapped. It's hard. Once your position's given up, it's so difficult to make plays, make clutches. All assuming the teams are making the right plays. And the other side, and fire extinguishers don't blow up.
True. Propanes, fire extinguishers, you name it.
Everything blown up on the map. But Highrise to continue forward. OpTic, strike first. FaZe now try to answer. We continue on now into the search and destroy. As once again, FaZe look to eliminate OpTic Texas from a major. So far, they have had their number. OpTic looking for revenge. Can they take a 2-0 edge in this series? We'll start things off with Shotzzy in the early going. See his vision towards bottom mid.
Yeah, kind of hitting your standard setup here. You have Draza just watching that B ladder on the one side of the map. It's Celium just spotting down low. We know how creative Shotzzy can be. And well, Draza gonna find a first blood. Smoke is out, and the smokes were so important versus FaZe from Envoy, right? In the match ago.
Oh yeah.
Right through the middle of the map, doesn't finish the kill, and now it's down to Dashy.
Just thinking about the next gunfight, not quite able to finish it. Some bullets going into the tower, but yeah, Draza with the first. Smoke can't save Shotzzy as aBeZy gets the second. Things continue to unravel from there. As the first round now over to FaZe, as the teams will continue to make adjustments as we continue on, but we'll keep it on the first blood count. Kills wise, 2 for Draws, 2 for aBeZy. OpTic's chance now.
Yeah, it'd just be a question of how often are you go towards that B street time and time again. Are you gonna challenge it, try to get there before the trophies are down? Right, I mean, if you're OpTic, you may not have some, so that might be the call here early for FaZe. Just knowing you have trophy advantage, trying to hit your nades and going for a quick B plant.
Trophy eaten on one side of it. Slow and steady so far as you look for an opener from deep. Now they'll start to push up the map. Begin to work and execute. But you've got Pred tucked away over towards B. Always kind of guessing what corner. Are they going to be in? Cell and Kenny, I think, exchanging some shots at range as Draza looks to get up towards top of ramp. See what he can get from this power position.
Yeah, and again, Dashy has to play a bit of an off angle here. Just no trophy. You hear the nades going down. He's just waiting for this from Draws. Shotzzy down low. Pred in the bomb site. Where are things going to kick on off? Well, it's going to be Shotzzy. They stayed patient for him, and they're able to find Dashy. So with those nades, they buy a lot of room towards B.
Nice win there from Kitty, because now I was going to say if Pred has been lurking this whole time and gets one, suddenly into a 2 versus 2, but instead it's going to be all on Big Ken. He's been able to get 2, 20 seconds to go. You got to get the plant down though if you're Atlanta FaZe. They're going to recoup bomb. You don't want to get an awkward timing here with 2 players left. That is exactly what can happen. Checks right, awkward timing as he gets behind the tower, but that is close to maybe being an insane play from Kenny. Just not a chance.
I mean, if he wins that one versus Sip, he might get out. aBeZy, he knows where he is. Sip is waiting until the last second to plant this bomb and knows there's so many different angles that Ken can come from. aBeZy's all the way towards back B street. He's got to take his time. He stayed patient.
Yeah, it's like if Ken slides there like a half second earlier, maybe he gets it right before he gets to the tower. He got an opportunity to do it, but instead he kind of misses him right as he gets behind it. 2-0 now to FaZe. 3 straight for Simp. The Tiny Tears locking it in so far. Bomb. Still going to be over in the OpTic Texas base. They're going to have 3 that are trying to get aggro over towards B. At some point, somebody have to track back for that, unless they're going to find the kills.
And Pred, I mean, he was trying to, maybe hit that mid push he likes to. He backs aBeZy up. No nades are going to combo onto aBeZy, so he's going to reposition. The problem is you don't have bomb. You have B control, but bomb was left in spawn. Pred's got to go all the way back and pick this up. This is going to allow FaZe now to get into a spot. Does Pred get caught before getting to B? That's going to be the question with number 7 all the way there, but no. Ken to find the first blood reposition.
track back, get bombed. Now it's working on forward. Trying to get up top.
That's what I was worried about.
This. Yep, get some shots through, but not able to finish it. Vision there from Cell. Same story, can't finish the kill. Just barely finished one there, but the trade will come in now from Pred. Bomb has been planted. Everybody dropping, all on the Cell. 1 versus 3. And what I thought was maybe going to be an awkward one ends up working out just fine if you are OpTic. Pred the time to go back, get the plant, and find a kill.
Yeah, it's a little, just nerve-wracking there, just as he's crossing. But again, just taking your time, being patient. Both teams, I think, over towards that B bomb, doing a great job of, first of all, using nades, checking all the corners, making sure there's no funny business, and then just sort of waiting, right? Making sure the defense has to over-peak, and that's when they're getting caught.
You see a big conversation that kind of going on between Pred and Shotzzy as they're talking things through as we continue through, but you get a round up now. Shotzzy, no impact yet, but you imagine that'll be coming right as trophy down. Nade's gonna hit, so no trophy and some damage through, but Dashy able to stay up as Shotzzy tries to tuck away and get position.
They're just kind of hanging out now. Pred is stunned. We've seen him do this from time to time. Looks like a BZ is down low. Is he going to spot him? I think he is. No funny business for Pred, but Shotzzy's able to find the first blood on it. Draws it. Kenny with another onto Simp. Here is the trade attempt from a BZ, almost out of ammo with the retail, as Shotzzy says, no, not today.
Listen, you got a little sauce with the movement. I've got more. Is Shotzzy putting him on skates. And it's Kenny that's able to pick up 2, get out to 5 and 3. Leading the way right now for OpTic Texas, but we'll check it out, see it from both angles. What a tough kill it can be for both these players. Like, they are some of the most difficult kills in the game, but very clean tracking. And there from Shotzzy.
Just the movement, the little bunny hop on top of the barrel. That man is special.
Trophy out. Triple chowing on that B Street once again. Simp kind of tucked away in a similar position where we saw Dashy. He'll get eyes on it, trying to cook this up over the top. Number 8 and Cell continue to watch it and kind of push through, but not going to be there with Shotzzy on this side of the map.
What's going to be a Drazen and a BZ? They're trying to find something. Drazen's going to peek out. Kind of baits with a BZ. Kenny now. Kenny! He has been so good inside of B and he keeps it going. But a BZ will force a 2v2.
Here we go. Down to the 2v2. 30 seconds now to go. Cell. A BZ. Looking for the openers. They move on forward. You got to clear so much. 20 seconds now left in this. Is Cell. Continues to try and spot. Able to get eyes onto one. The shot will be true. The trade not quite there. On to Kenny now. To clutch up. He's found an opening. Down to a 1 versus 1. 5 in a row. 10 seconds to go. Not going to be able to track back. No time to do it. You'll get the round win. Yeah, no streak for Ken, but the round is what counts.
Yeah, that's what counts. I mean, huge plays. He's able to spot both as he mantles up, selling him from up top. He spots the first, but not the second. And then it just comes down to time. He knows. All right, 7.5 to defuse. There's 13 on the clock. Just got to waste as much time as I can. He does just that. A clean first kill, but this was Kenny. We saw this from him earlier in the map. Just taking that first gunfight out of B, jumping down, finessing his life.
Nearly the ace, nearly the streak, but the round you will get 3 to 2 in round count. Triple chow out from FaZe on the B Street. We've seen it from both sides. Cells, nade after the shots, able to connect though and get the kill. Now where does the next setup come from? Droz gets the numbers even more to the side of FaZe. 4 versus 2 now. Maybe Shotzzy the one to make the play, but there's one in behind. Not gonna happen. Simp picks it up.
Again, every single first blood on offense, FaZe is just waiting after it, right? It's like similar to what we saw from New York earlier in this tournament. They're getting the first kill and they're just waiting. They know that OpTic have to try to make a move. Dashy left in a 1 versus 4, as you said, able to find the first. But nice teamwork with the nades, shooting the trophy. Able to find that first kill on again.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if a nade like landed in before the trophy or they smoked the trophy. I mean,
I think they just threw enough stuff, yeah.
Probably, yes. I mean, that's kind of what you're trying to do them, right? Overwhelm them. Just take that kind of strong side attack. And they play behind that opening pick. as we continue to go back and forth, just like these two teams have done since the dawn of time. Round number 7, ready to go. Draza, shooting bodies in the last series, then the loss. You wonder if he's going to brush it off. He sure did with a big map 1 individually, but you get the loss. Now you're trying to do in the search, but it's Cell. On 4 in a row, maybe looking for more goodies.
Yeah, I think FaZe is going to know something is up, right? Because it's been very B dominant here on the attacking side. So they get aggressive up towards B. You have Cell playing safe in case there's anyone on the outside of the map. But it's really just who is going to find that first pick. Pred from up top. Trying to find the shots. Has him so weak, but it's Shotzzy from down low.
Damage in, teamwork on point. Now Dashy. Maybe wrapping around, but you've got one tucked away. Just continues to check the heady, centering on point, looking for that fight as they begin to push up the map. Shotzzy now. What kind of timing is he going to get? Because it's going to be on Cellium to likely read this. You can see him just kind of bobbing back and forth, looking for it. And the timing is when he goes for the other kill, that's when he will pounce. Now to Simp.
He's been here this whole round. They have no idea where he is. It looks like someone's going to check it. That's Dashy. Bomb being planted at A. He's got 9 HP, so 1 versus 2. Time to work with.
The timing of that, you have no idea where he is. It zooms.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, Dashy's literally cleared everything but inside the elevators.
That just looked insane, but
does have a nade.
I may hit. They get a shot in. The nade hits, but couldn't get a bullet or two. Through and on the cross, he will get dropped. They're loving it in the crowd. This is another round. Over to OpTic Texas, they once again take advantage.
And honestly, I mean, both teams just winning these offenses, finding these first bloods, and then the defense just doesn't know how to react, right? They're staying patient on the flank. They're controlling propane side. They're just waiting for a reaction from the defense, winning with the numbers. Time and time again, who is going to adjust, maybe try to switch things up, just all out hit the B street? We shall see.
Yeah, they've been putting in the work on Highrise. So far, it's showing. Up 1, 3 straight for Shotzzy. 2-man work. Up towards bottom mid, but it's a BZ, the first blood Reaper that's able to hit the frag. The team nade will combine, and you'll get the pick.
I mean, that's literally inside the window.
Yeah, hold that.
It's inside the window. So double nades come out. And now again, right, it's so early in the round, we don't have to do anything if we are FaZe. Just make sure a player like Shotzzy, a player like Pred doesn't find a multi-kill as they start to work up the map.
Play behind this 4v3, close it out, try to get the 4-4. A BZ, spotting for info, also gonna get spotted, and Pred able to finish it. Tuck back behind tower to a 3v3 we go. Is it BZ maybe a little bit overzealous, so things fall apart. Now a chance to challenge a 2-on-1. You think you're lurking it for yourself, but that is not going to be the case. Shots to the cross though, through from draws. 2 versus 2 now. 30 to go. Simp's got bomb. You got to execute. Shotzzy is still lurking inside of B. Where are they going to take this? They're going all the way around. Inside is Shotzzy. You win it on the other end. Another clutch scenario here for OpTic.
And this time it's the duo. It's Pred and Shotzzy, right? They're able to find some opening. There wasn't 4 players over towards the B side. You find the first one from a BZ, but he's by himself. And then Cellium, he's the only player propane side. So what? They take the risk. They're able to find the timing. Give themselves that 3 versus 2, and then the entire round, they have no idea where Dashy is. Simp and Draza just try to take it through the middle. Hopefully they get a timing, they just don't.
They do not. Now you are a round away from a 2-0 series edge and complete control in this best of 5 if you're OpTic Texas. Now it's just closeout time. You got to rip off 3 straight if you're Atlanta FaZe. Nade's hitting, Shotzzy 5 straight, Dashy a first blood and able to back away. You got numbers, you're going for the throw. Trying to close it out here. Don't give any glimmer of hope over to Atlanta FaZe. Is Pred still sniffing around any kind of bottom middle push, but Atlanta FaZe, they got a presence here. They're going to go. Pred at least able to get one. Simp's going to get challenged, tries to snap back. Not going to happen. All on to Cell. Last up, position given up. Tough fight through the fence. Slide is in across. He's going to fall, and OpTic are up 2-0.
And I don't know the exact number number on it, but the amount of offensive first bloods that this map turned into, it was literally 10 seconds into each round. It was like the offense had man advantage. The only difference is the one time FaZe had it the previous round, they were not able to capitalize. That was due to Shotzzy and Pred, but right there, Dashy hits the first one, and again, it forces Simp and Abizi to feel like they have to make your play. They take your risk, they get caught.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like we were talking about in the matchup previews, like in MySL, like when you get a first pick on someone that's not Hydra, makes Hydra feel like he's got to make a play. Don't let him get free when you're in like a 4-on-4 situation. Put the pressure on, make them make mistakes, make them take chows maybe they don't want to. And so far, the work is paying off for OpTic Texas. FaZe have been the bane of your existence all year, but you continue to try and find ways to get over the hump. You are now up 2-0 and in control, and that is not something they've been able to say this year.
No, not whatsoever versus FaZe team, but what you get Ken with 8 early in like the first 3 to 4 rounds, and Shotzzy comes alive because he's buying him space. So this is what you wanted to see. A lot of the times early in those iterations on Highrise, it was just sort of relying on Shotzzy. Right? Yeah. Now it just feels like a team effort, taking multiple gunfights together.
I think in general, that's been something they've had to figure out everywhere. Yep. A lot of times, like pressure on Shotzzy to make a play. Now everybody trying to get it done. But listen, we're not done yet. Because you talk about the best team on Highrise Control outside of maybe NYSL, it is FaZe. Vista, maybe FaZe. OpTic right there with them, though. They might go toe-to-toe as both teams have been so good. We could still be going all the way, but OpTic Texas shut it down. Put them out. Move on to a final. We'll find out after this break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Scuff Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win a chance to go to COD Champs this year. The giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets, travel expenses, and more. To enter, scan the QR code on the page or go to scuff.co/CDL and enter your email. Terms and conditions apply.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Now boarding.
Operators, welcome aboard your direct flight to sunny Urzikstan. Please adjust your seat to the upright position and ensure your loadouts are securely stowed in the overhead compartments.
Dude, get off.
If needed, gas masks will drop from the compartment overhead, ensuring your safety throughout the war zone. If you are teaming with someone who needs help, assist them only after placing on your mask first. Ensuring headset devices are fully operational for crispy comms, because nobody likes a silent teammate. In the unlikely event that you land in the gulag, please refer to the safety card in the seat pocket in front of you. This is a battle royale specifically for trios. Call of Duty Warzone Matchpoint will be introduced for the first time, and Solo YOLO will make an appearance. Expansion regions are back, and that means once we land, everyone will be competing for a piece of the massive $1 million prize pool. Thank you for flying Urzikstan Airlines. We know you don't have a choice when flying, but we appreciate you choosing to hot drop with us today. Good luck and may the best squad win.
It is Championship Sunday, and we're close to crowning a champion. Just a couple more series. Will OpTic get to the final? Will FaZe get there and maybe go back-to-back? But FaZe are up against it. A team that hasn't been tested all that much as of late. Now a back-to-back series where you are up against it in an 0-2 hole. They got to come to life.
Well, especially being down 0-2. You're going to see here, map 1, about a 40-point game. OpTic able to win it, and then they pull away in that high-rise search and destroy. But yeah, I mean, obviously the first series, you win the first map, you get going. Then you're losing that game 5. But being down 0-2, hasn't happened in some time.
Well, it's like a weird thing to say because this team is obviously trios played together forever. They've seen like everything if you're FaZe, but when you're on such a stretch of just winning, when you finally lose, it like requires something a little bit different. And they're trying to muster it up here because it has not started well. They didn't take anything from that last series into this one. They're down 0-2, but Highrise Control, we know FaZe are one of the best to do it. Will the work for OpTic pay off in back-to-back maps? We'll find out here on Highrise Control. It's going to be offense first for Atlanta FaZe, and it's where they can be so lethal.
Yeah, you're going to get right on towards this 8-point. Shotzzy doesn't need the time. He has Kenny looking over him. Drops it. That is an explosive barrel, so he's going to get cut down. So you get some pressure. Now what FaZe do so well here on attack is they get control, they get on the point, they kind of bait you to repeat this, climb the ladder, they get off the point, and they pause the clock time and time again. But OpTic, they're able to just get those players, deal with it, and well, Shotzzy's able to find 2.
Working it behind us is going to be Simp. We'll see what kind of damage he can do as he gets through underground. Now just wants to tuck away and maybe pick up a spawner. They trust your teammates to do the rest. So far, so good. 2 bullets left, so reload is in. Eyes onto 1 is Simp trying to be absolutely lethal. 3 in a row, looking for another. Timing there for 1, but dashing in the corner of the pistol slows it down for now. But this is where, yeah, you kind of talked about, you sort of juggle the objective very well if you're them. Just pause it, pause it, pause it. Battle of attrition and lives. Do the damage that you can. But Shotzzy on 4 in a row. We'll see if maybe he's going to be able to get a streak. Progress-wise, what? Just a tick so far.
Oh, he's not able to get it. He takes the gunfight. Yeah, with Simp on one side, Shotzzy on the other. Just sort of dealing with the reinforcements on either side of the map, but right into Joe FaZe. They know they have OpTic off his spawn. That's your own nade. MC trying to get around it, able to do so. Here jumps a retake, and Kenny is hitting.
Just right up the ladder and taking the fight. Simp once again trying to get to a deadly spot, but he's going to get spotted, trying to track back. Takes out 1 at least, because that's a double, maybe triple chow soon. Now, time dwindling though. You win your one-on-one if you are a BZ down low. You're starting to move forward and get on to stop the clock on to A with 22 seconds remaining in this. You desperately need that minute extension. They'll clear Celium now off of the point. Draza wants to get up to a power position. Time ticking once again. Simp and Draza work to do.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks there's somebody proping and there isn't. I mean, these players in the middle of the map are just sort of running back and forth in between the points.
Here we go.
Maybe he has a chance to get on B, but it does not happen. But as I said, FaZe just going to try to get on the objective as much as possible. Almost have this second ticking, but that might do it here in round number 1. Draza, the only player in a position right now for FaZe, trying to buy whatever time he can.
Not gonna buy enough. Not able to get there, and a great disciplined job from OpTic Texas, where maybe the discipline lacking at times on the defense on Invasion. It's certainly up to snuff here. You stay on track. You don't get lost in the madness when the pressure is coming in from Atlanta FaZe. The comms on point, the gunny is there, the advantage is through. Now just 2 rounds away from a finals berth.
But that was a great example there from FaZe on what they do so well, right? They'll go over towards B, someone else spawns into go towards A. They're just gonna try to juggle those points as much as possible. Pause the clock, play a little TDM. I mean, that gets down to 10 versus 10, and they weren't able to extend the time.
No, that is their recipe, but yeah, no, you and I talked about, like, when you wanna play that type of game, you don't capture a point, you're probably screwed. That's just the way that it's going to go. That's exactly what happened. So OpTic Texas know what they're trying to do, and they were able to counter it. Nice opening on defense, though, if you are Atlanta FaZe. In these moments, it's so big when you can get a couple. Just allow your teammates to breathe and get off spawn. Don't get locked in and just pound it as you're trying to move out of the base. Now you turn it into 3 of your own. Shotzzy up to 11 and 5 before the nade is going to hit, but you have a presence on the objective. Just stopping the clock, keeping it at 54 for now. We'll see what Kenny can do.
Yeah, Shotzzy was the only one there. Now Pred gonna take his spot. But you said it, Pred just finding that multi-kill, that double. Doesn't allow FaZe to take map control. There is the take. Now they have to retake. Pred doing it again, forcing pretty much a one-on-one. So it's a bit of a stalemate right now. And Celium, he's on 3 in a row, dealing with the rest of OpTic.
Celian pushed up on one side. Shotzi up to the task on that. Pred, who they kind of lost for a moment. He's looking to re-engage. He got two, tucked away underneath, and now maybe looking for his moment to shine. Can he time this with his teammates, though, and get the most production out of it? He's just getting an awkward timing at the base. This one he should surely have. Gonna be a freebie there. How do you deal with this if you are FaZe? Everybody's dropping, though. How they're going to deal with it? It looks like they're going to drop. 20 seconds, though, remaining, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, right, it's like if that timing, Joe, is wrong, Pred is just kind of screwed. Hasn't worked out too well, but he's still alive. He's still here on 4 in a row. It's similar to FaZe. You're down to a 16 versus 13. The second hit coming through here for OpTic.
Yeah, very, very similar styles here. The difference, though, you might be able to get the minute extension, or will you? You clear both off the point. You're clearing the progression towards that final tick. You're winning the fights in and around the point. Under 10 to go. Maybe a similar result, or can Pred be the hero once again? He's the one in behind enemy lines, but you're keeping them off it on both sides. The utility is on point, but you stopped it at 0.8. Kenny on it, but not for long. The Simtex will hit. You'll deal with the pressure. You have a, what, 2-to-1 tick advantage if you are Texas, but yeah, pretty similar type play styles and pretty similar results.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. It's just a question of, is someone on offense going to make a crazy play, right, and get a 3-4 dead, to where then all that progress they've been working on, they can, you know, stack it as 3, get B, transition over towards A. But this is the type of style these teams like to play on Highrise.
A battle of styles. Who will come out on top of the map 3 as FaZe are trying to rally back in this. Obviously, the ability to reverse sweep just hasn't really had to do it. Shotzi up the top for a pain, double challenge him, and the nade gonna hit as well. So opener there for Simp and company. Abizi getting lost through the railing, not the easiest of fights, but he's able to bring it on to another. That'll be 5 straight for him. Maybe a chance to get across and work number 6 for the Crews, but it's not gonna happen. It's Dashy with the beamers and a significant kill when you talk about streaks and just not allowing Abizi to get lost in your back line.
Yeah, Simp's going to find one. Shotzi continues to play in the spawn on these defensive rounds. One thing I will say, right, Abizi towards the end of that second round, into this round, pulling out the rival, maybe things not working out too well, wants to find more aggression on the objective. It's been working out as Dashy, that'll be 3 dead. Sorry, well, Kenny goes down, so they know where Dashy is, and right back on to B.
Get in, trying to pause this. Everything in the kitchen sink coming at you is Abizi. He gets hit by 3 stuns, I think. He got 2 onto it now. First bit of progress done.
Watch for Pred.
Moving on forward, second bit done. Draza gets 1. Pred tries to pounce, but Abizi's able to snap and get 2. Close to getting B done in the minute extension on 4 life advantage as well. They let Abizi get saucy with it. Sends it right on forward. They lose him. You leave the heady, and Abizi will make you pay. B secured. Minute extension in. Trying to reset now if you're Texas.
Hey, now you're what? You're in a 17 versus 14, 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, great kills by Kenny to get them out of those power positions. But yeah, that's just it. Abizi has changed the game since pulling out the rival.
We know how good he can be here with MCW as well, but the rival is working, and that'll be the weapon of choice for now. Pred. Eyes on, looking for the opener. Snapping out for 1, taking a second, making the plays right now is Pred.
I mean, he's right. He knows he's got to help his teammates in spawn, but he mantles. Shotzi able to win it on 1. Every kill is so important here for FaZe. Shotzi trying to get a pick through the fence. We all know it in this building. You don't get aim assist through that.
This is the exact recipe you're going for if you're FaZe. Get that minute extension, bleed them out. 11v6. You've got to be efficient right now if you are Texas. And that's efficiency at his goddamn finest. Shotzi with the Renetti, 4 streak for him. Suddenly, that life advantage dwindling. Now down to 2. Shotzi trying to make the superstar plays as time dwindles. 30 seconds to go. Pred gonna win one inside of the base. Now down to 1. Maybe gonna be tied. Now it is gonna be a 5v6. Shotzi 5 in a row. Shotzi with the Crews. Shotzi doing it all. No respawns remaining for Atlanta. 4 versus 4.
It's a search round.
It's a search round. That's absolutely right.
And now what do you want to do if you are Shotzi? You want to use the Crews? No, he's gonna opt to use the Gunny. 6 in a row. He's going to find the first. Onto the 8-point go FaZe. Trying to drop on down to Shotzi by enough time. Here comes the boys. And there we go. They hold on. What? They were down 5 lives. about the FaZe efficiency. It got horrible.
No, I said OpTic got to be efficient because you only had 6 lives. They had to be.
And it starts with that stun. They just checked the wrong corner.
The stun hits, but he gets 2 with the Renetti. That's everything. That's exactly where it starts. That's the catalyst for all of it. And Shotzzy goes insane. Pred with a big multi late in that one, but I mean, you get everything you want if you're FaZe. You got that 11v6 advantage. You got time to work with. But that's where gods are made, and Shotzzy goes bananas. 23 in this one. Now FaZe have got a hold to get this to a round 5. One more round. And Texas get a much needed 3-0 and revenge in this matchup.
Similar to that surge inside of B, Kenny has been great. Pred now, he's gonna match the rival. He's gonna pull one out on offense. He's behind enemy lines. Seen him in this spot time and time again. The problem though, his teammates can take it down, and Abizi is hitting. The movement on point, the shots on point.
The shots are there, and the rival, well, it was a difference till it wasn't. I mean, he was nuts until Shotzzy had his chance to dance, but so far so good. Yeah, just under a minute to go. You haven't been able to get that minute extension or found much to work with on offense if you're OpTic Texas, but you've been clutched from the defensive side of things. We opt out, nearly get a chest bump, or Selim and Shotzzy, but Cell will take it, can't quite slither away though. And now with those 2 kills, you try to get on to stop the clock for now, maybe allow Pred to be a threat once again, as he's been lurking, looming, looking for openers. No progression quite yet, and Abizi's rival still going strong.
Yeah, Dashy was trying to lock down the B street. Maybe he could just work on over, and OpTic have to be thinking about the ticks in mind. Have to start to work at objective. You want that defense in round 5, but is FaZe going to allow it to happen?
So far, not allowing anything on defense. Dashy and Kenny, is that maybe going to be opener? Stunned up as Abizi, just trying to slither away. Will do it and set Selim up to maybe get the kill. Abizi was trying to jump through, get the shots. Not quite able to do it, but his teammate Simple do it. Then he's up to the task. 10 seconds to go, and Abizi is cooking. The tiny tears are lighting it up. With 5 to go, you're not going to get there. Everybody coming off a spawn. We go to round number 5.
Still have the cruise if you are Shotzzy. When does that come into play? And yes, you're getting chances where you're getting Pred pushed on up, but it's like when he's pushed up, maybe he's finding a kill, he's lurking, but everyone else dying around him. But it just feels like Abizi has made such an impact since round 1.
Now he certainly has, but it's just this one round. And you know, what do you try to do differently if you're OpTic Texas? Like you haven't got much progress at all. I know there's been threats, but not really, not many ticks at least. How do you turn maybe some of these kills in forward positions into actual attack on the objective?
Well, I think they're gonna have to do what they did in their first attack, right? Just play the clock a little bit more, win a couple more one-on-ones, finesse, just wait for your team. Feels like a time they're just a little bit staggered on what they want to do.
Get the minute extension, maybe just take it to lives, use that clock and see if you can do it. Maybe that'll be the case. Shotzzy will take the Shotzzy route. Cell will try to spot.
He's late on this.
I don't think he saw it. Yeah, he was getting shots in on the cross. Not quite able to do it. Wins a tough one, but that should be the chance for Shotzzy to now pounce. Not going to happen, though. Beasley's going to be able to pick that up. They lock down Pred. So far, the defense holding out for FaZe.
And that's what I mean, like right there. I think Ken maybe baits out those shots, but he's got to play his life. Wait for Shotzzy. That's what you're setting up. So off spawn, come the rest of OpTic. Shotzzy right back to it, though. Trying to get in the base of the defense. He's all alone, and he's going to get picked.
I thought they might get locked in for a minute. He'd have to use a cruise. Instead, Shotzzy's just marching up mid-map, killing multiple.
That helps.
An awkward team kill going to come in. You had to allow you some breathing room as you get out. Try to get towards the objective. Abizi.
I don't even know what that movement was.
A little too high because Pred is moving and grooving. Selim, though, lets him know as he puts a few extra bullets in with the progress starting to work over at B. You've got 2 players there. You've got a second tick. Trying to get more forward progression, but it's Abizi right off a spawn who's going to get both.
Yeah, that's just what it's been.
The rival.
You're going to have to use this, right? 30 seconds on the clock. OpTic going to have to go. All of FaZe going to avoid it for now, but there is a chance. There's an opening now. We'll get 2 players on it. I mean, FaZe, they don't have to worry about this, though, too much. Worst case, there's a minute extension. You defend A. They're going to play around the kills. Here's the contest, though. Guess who? It's Abizi.
Yeah, I mean, he's farming at B. He's got a rifle in hand. Let the man go to work, but it's 30 bomb up for Shotzzy. as he tries to continue to move and groove. 15 seconds here to go. Shotzzy looking to get lost and maybe make plays. Can he do just that? Trust your teammates to make the play as he tries to get the kills for the teammates. Players coming off the spawn, but they read it. They know what Shotzzy's trying to do. They lock it down, they lock it in, but you've got people here again. It is a BZ on B. And it's a map victory for FaZe. The rival call out from a BZ is the difference maker at the end of the day, and the series stays alive. OpTic can't close them out.
Yeah, obviously, Control, a big talking point for OpTic.
Certainly.
Throughout this weekend, Invasion's not doing well. You veto it, you opt for a Highrise. You've been working on it. You get it to a round 5. Just didn't have enough objective work to win the defense.
And listen, I know a lot of times like stuns are hitting, nades are hitting, crossfires coming in, players are weak, but like how many times did a BC kill 2 people on B?
It was a lot.
4, maybe? Like the multi-kills were unbelievable for him. 34 and 26, 5,200 damage. Wanted a change of pace, or maybe not pace, more just a shotgun in your face is what he wanted, as the rival was going nuclear. You had your opportunities though if you were OpTic Texas, but the openings just weren't there on offense. The defense too strong from the FaZe side.
Yeah, and this is like round 2 when he starts to pull. I don't think he had it out in round 1, not that I can remember. And this is a map where we're starting to see 4 more MCWs, right? Teams playing with that, using the Renettis around that B point, but maybe he just wants to get going a bit, take over, and that was the right call. Does get a little messy when they lose that round on offense, but able to win the round 5 defense.
A lot of time, I mean, we talk about New York, and New York many times will have 4 MCWs, and like we've seen the battles they've had with FaZe. You know, they've tried BZ kind of using both, and he's comfortable obviously using both, but here, it is definitely the rival that's the difference maker. This moment from Shotzzy was truly remarkable. I mean, gets them back and around. They probably had no business winning. You probably seal this, well, you do seal this earlier if you're FaZe, if they can win that one, but some dramatic plays from the OpTic Texas side. But then it's just a BZ. Too easy, farming it B.
Yeah, I mean, listen, throughout this series, what OpTic's done well, obviously you've had Kenny and Shotzzy hitting at such a high level, but they've made like Celium and Sims sort of look human, right? Not saying they're not playing well, but those guys have had pop-off moments versus OpTic this year. Not really getting that throughout this. We'll see, maybe that could happen here on a Vista Hardpoint where both teams are undefeated. FaZe 5-0, what, OpTic 3-0. It's all about mid-map control. We've seen some crazy comebacks on this one, should be a banger.
Listen, when you talk about the top squads, top 4 squads, like you're all just mega stars. And yeah, it's difficult when these players are like otherworldly to try and make them look pedestrian at times. But in this matchup, yeah, it seems to be who's going to get caught, who's going to get shut down. You can't stop everybody from popping off, but can you shut down somebody, or maybe a duo? As the teams try to lock in, strap in for this Vista. And we were chatting, like, I feel like over the past like couple weeks, we're like, are we ever gonna get like the 2 new maps in a rotation? Because usually it feels like you get either a Vista or a 6-star, yeah, either a Karachi or a Rio or a sub base, like usually at one of them. And this, we're going to get both. That's just how it will break down. And I think it was probably on FaZe whether they want to pick Vista or Karachi. I imagine it was really the big one. They just lost the Karachi right to Ultra, so that may be the call.
Well, I mean, the way their Vista has been looking, you can't really blame them.
No,
right?
no. That's the advantage of having a lot of strong hard points.
Yeah, I can't really blame them at all. Obviously, you get that 6-star that OpTic's been just unreal at, as they are now, what, 6-1 on that one. But yeah, Vista, both teams undefeated. But with these addition of these 2 maps, this is what it kind of creates. You have these buildups. Normally, we would just see that sort of Karachi that OpTic had to work on, but as you said, because you lose it in the last series, maybe you just stray away from it. Let's play this straight up.
And I mean, it's like, yes, you're undefeated there if you are OpTic. They have looked so good. A sub base when they're undefeated on as well. Like, you're getting that one out, obviously. Yep, Vista, like, you've been very good if you were FaZe on Vista too. But can you remain undefeated if you're OpTic? Can you win it there in 3-1 fashion, or do we go to an invasion, search, and destroy? Feels like with how these matches have gone, it's been game 5 banger after game 5 banger. It's feeling like it's going to be a long one here on Championship Sunday. We're going to continue to fight. One of the most storied matchups, the most storied matchup in the history of Call of Duty Esports continues here as we get ready to dial in for the map 4. I mean, there's not a word being spoken. These guys are just dialed.
You know, I look back to the earlier series here for OpTic, right after they lose a Control, who really steps up in maps 4 and 5? It was Dashy, right? And I'm looking at him to see if he can have another insane performance on the back half of this match.
We'll keep eyes on Dashy with the pop-off ability, but Lordy, we know that's true for everybody on this stage. You know, it's been stressful, I'm sure, to be a fan of either of these teams, whether it's a string of second places that you had for FaZe over the years, whether it's this championship drought for OpTic Texas. They so desperately want one. I feel like they so desperately deserve one at this point with some of the crazy finishes they've had, the pedigree of that organization. But not only are you battling for a championship, you're battling for some cash. $150,000 for first. We've only got 3 teams left that are fighting. You see how the breakdown went throughout the rest of it, but pride, glory, money on the line for these squads.
Yeah, obviously CDL points another big thing, but the problem is these 4 CDL points, or these 4 teams, they don't need that many, right? It's really just a talk about 5 through 11 when you talk about those. But New York, you know, you finished 4th here. Still some things to work on, especially in those respawns. But who is going to face Ultra in the final? Should find out soon.
I'll look through how this has gone so far. Yeah, maybe some surprise runs, some crazy moments for the 8 teams that are sort of battling outside of the top 4. Listen, I know, I saw some tweets like, oh, you know, with the top 4 like this, like, oh, sometimes like, I just wish we could get straight to Saturday. Like, it's frustrating, but like all those matches are actually massive. When you think about champs, 8 teams going, how much money is on the line, and the Cinderella stories that Weekend at Times have, every match is insane for all those bottom teams.
Yeah, I mean, next stage is going to be wild.
Every match is going to matter.
And I know there's probably a lot of people in the chat saying start the game. We will when we can.
Yeah, it's
not up to Maven.
Yeah, for those in attendance at home, I believe there was a player maybe swapping out a controller, just getting a backup controller in. Before we continue on, thanks for hanging tight with us. We love you all. Toronto, you have been awesome. This weekend has been truly spectacular. These last majors have had some of the best matches we've ever seen, and it all leads towards this. We're trying to get 2 champs. We are not trying. We're going to get there. It's just how do we get there? Tickets on sale.
Yeah, and obviously, speaking of OpTic Texas, yeah, home sweet home for them. So get your tickets now, because I don't think they're going to last very long.
They've been ramping up, building towards champs. I wonder maybe when this team is going to peak. Maybe you got a chance to do it now. Still in control of this one, still up 2-1 with a chance to close it out in the hard point. But the Search and Destroy, I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, neither team is absolutely look lights out in the mode, that's for sure. But the hard points have really been the story of these matchups. They have been so close. FaZe have won so many by, I mean, the one major we cast, I think it was like the 4 hard points that I think FaZe won 4. It was like 70 points separated between all 4. They've been ludicrous. It's been a talking point amongst everyone in the matchup. We have another one in front of us in the Vista. Something tells me it'll be a nail biter again, and people are going to be sweating.
Yeah, and I mean, if we do get to that game 5, that map 5 invasion, it's been one OpTic's been improving on throughout this stage. On the opposite end, it's one where FaZe looked at times unbeatable on it, and now they've slipped up a couple, so should be a great one if we get there.
We're just looking at the shooting bodies that's been coming out of FaZe, the heavy trigger fingers. They have not hesitated, despite the situation. Down in a map, ahead in a map, solo holding A on a Vista Control and Cell shooting bodies, which still is absolutely bonkers to me. But listen, the confidence has been there. Draza has instilled a new confidence in that team. But can they still make the run? Scrap is also plugging away. Certainly someone maybe not lacking in the confidence department.
No, but I have good news. We're loading on up, baby.
Ready to go. Sorry for the break, guys. Hopefully everybody got a snack. Maybe ran to the bathroom. Got ready to go. Took some deep breaths. Oxygen is very important for your body. Lock it in now for this match 4.
Yeah, somebody check out Hitch, please.
Yeah, dude, Hitch just tweets like every single match. I can't take much more of these. Brother, you've been taking it for seven years. Like, there've been some stressful ones for you, bud. But onward we go. Can OpTic close it out? Thank you again at home and in the venue for your patience. It's standing room only here right now, and Toronto has been exceptional. A lot of people here just waiting for the final. Like, I know there's many OpTic fans, but Toronto fans are ready, lurking, illuminating. Can't wait to get it going.
Yeah, and one man who really took over in that game 3 of BZ wanted to get into this one, but right back into it is Shotzi, matching the double. So trading some time, some great teamwork. Where are the trades? There they are from FaZe.
Nice little snap there from Sully. I know he didn't get the kill, but it was looking clean. Now you try to pick up this time. 15 or so left as we'll begin to think about the next rotation. Draza, I mean, he had a 4-piece from this situation earlier to close out a game. At least able to lock in 2. The final few seconds will go the way of OpTic Texas, but from the power positions, top, middle, you're holding control if you are FaZe. Talk to me, Joe, about our upcoming hardpoint.
Well, you had Dashy down low, but yeah, I mean, this is, you know, when this map first started, we all thought it was to be P3 and P4, but really what has emerged is sort of this P1 and P2 with this top middle control, with all the different positions, the boxes that you can slay from. It can be difficult for our teams to retake.
We just got insane line of sight secretly from top middle to make any kind of transfer so difficult to do. Draza keeps it cooking. 6-2, triple positive early in this one, and FaZe not running away with it, but it's a clean start. It's clean shots from Draza. That is straight headies, but Kenny on the feed as he'll get into the point. Cell looking to get across. Just able to do it, but listen, Kenny's play keeps us remaining perfectly clean at least. You know, starting to run away with it, get some momentum. I know it doesn't lead to a lot of time, but at least disrupts some.
No, it's exactly it, right? Maybe you stop somebody on a streak, but Ken, he has been shooting today. And now it's Dashy's turn, and we rarely see that from Brucey.
I love it. I love it. These guys hate each other once we're on the map. There is no love lost between these teams that have been matching up forever. Trying to go for the melee, not going to happen. 3 through OpTic Texas. The BZ the one up. Spawns are coming in. 45 still remaining here, and you'll start to pick this up. Battle towards a change, maybe in leadership, but a BZ is popping and cheesing as Hill will take down 2. Last person will be in the point, and it's Draza with the multi. It's a break for FaZe. It's frustration for OpTic Texas.
And that's what I mean, just some of these doubles that are coming into play. In a stat line, I don't know if I've ever said, but Sims starting off 1 in 10, but his team still in the lead. A BZ. He's now on 5 in a row. Well, you had Dashy on 5 in a row. I think 10 was close. Is someone going to find a cruise?
Well, listen, Hydra, Simp, similar conversations. We've seen a very slow start from Hydra, and he's erupted and started to take over the map. Can Simp do the same? But yeah, big win, and Dashy will follow it up. Simp's woes continue. Next hard point, it is up, but Draza, the transfer, the absolute snapper. 14-6, bouncing, bobbing, weaving, but Pred able to shut it down. Now maybe Simp's turn as he's bobbing and weaving on the camera. I think that wasn't actually a shooting bias, that was a pre-fire. There's gonna be plenty of that throughout the course of this for sure, but despite the fact you're 2-12, if you told me he was 2-12 and FaZe was up 60, I'd be like, shut the... No way, yeah?
Yeah, no way, but his ARs are locking it down. That's the difference. Pred was doing what he could on the back end to just try to buy time for his teammates to get there. But playing around the objective, it feels just like any time they need a double, it's Draza, it's a BZ, someone's finding it, and then they're turning it into time. But maybe a chance here for OpTic, starting to control the map. They can win this rotation through the P5. But they're going to spawn out a BZ. It looks like Shotzi's going to try and read that. Is on the other side of the map will be Pred.
Down 60, OpTic Texas turn to maybe make a rally and run. Pred. It's awkward there as one's tucked away. Draw's not traded out because you run out of ammunition if you are Shotzi. The call over to Dashy, though, to pick up the kill. He's getting shot from both sides. Simp still struggling, but sometimes God needs carried as well as the rest of the team are doing it. But this is much needed time for OpTic Texas as well. Still 40 to work with.
And I mean, if BZ's been back here, he rotated early. They spawned him out. He was able to find one. He just needs his team to work through the middle of the map. He continues to win one-on-ones. Just got no help yet. Now they can go. Now the pinch is on. Trying to get 10 out of the hill, and they do.
That's a super mega ultimate pinch. I mean, you got left side push, breach side from mid. A BZ still lurking. They collapse, spawn them out in Narnia, but you try to track back, but it feels like every inch you gain if you're OpTic Texas, it's 2 inches to Atlanta FaZe, doubling the height of the Tiny Terrors.
You know, I mean, this should be big time right now. You're transitioning in this P1. You're finding kills. You're controlling top middle. If they find 50 or 60 here, the game, it'll be close to over, and we're headed to a map 5. They need a break. Does OpTic? It looks like they're going to find it.
Okay, this is, yes, exactly where it starts. As you said, maybe 3 and 4 we thought early. It has been a conversation about 1 to 2 in the mid-map presence and control. An absolute chance to flip the script, close out this series, make the run and rally now if you are OpTic Texas. They're into point. The chants are roaring. Draza wants to play spoiler, but it ain't gonna happen from that side. A BZ in, one for him, but nothing more. Still time racking up.
Yeah, Shotzi's been here. He's been here. He's just been lurking, being there for his team's trades. But now OpTic only down 50. Shotzi's able to find six. Again, he's had moments throughout this series that we have not seen from him in this matchup this year.
But you get a retake in a top mid control at a time where you can answer back now if you're Atlanta FaZe. With about 10 seconds remaining in the hard point, you get set up. But as you spawn out, you got a chance at a collapse if you're OpTic Texas. At least make this messy. Don't allow them to get to great positions. You're able to take down 2. Shotzi can't quite get the centering onto the next one, but you get into the point if you are now Kenny. Still chipping away, gnawing away at this one. Just trying to desperately get this lead change, or at least keep it close enough that maybe you can make a late rally.
Well, really, if you're OpTic, you want to hang on to this so you don't have to invest into the cruise. But now you might have to. That's going to be a 3 dead. It's kind of a stalemate here, so maybe they don't need to quite yet. And Dashy, a huge win top middle. Or did sip out of that power position. You're right back into it. You're only down 50 now, and like I said, you don't have to use the cruise on that P2.
And it feels like they haven't had like an insane run yet. When's it going to come? I know they've chipped away. At the end of this, though, I mean, yeah, you're down 20. Like, it feels like it's been just a battle for every point, but this is starting to get a lot cleaner than I was saying. You're right into it. Shotzi looking for more. Beamer on point. +5, 4 in a row. Simp, despite some struggles, he's really rallied back. 14 and 21 now. Started to put together a much better game than it looked early on. What are we seeing here early, Joe?
And this is where FaZe was so good on the first rotation, right? Just around the objective near P3 and P4, finding kills, not necessarily having spawns, just keeping it scrappy, winning by the objective. They're doing that so far, but Ken on the pinch, buying time for his team to get there.
Nobody in the point, at least for now, if you're FaZe. They'll get back over into it. Pred looking to pounce, able to pick it up on the other side of it. Multi for him, draws a lone man up. Yeah, he gets one, but you get them out of the point, and once again, you're just fighting for whatever time you can get. Keep it close for maybe a late run, but coming back over the top, it'll be Atlanta FaZe trying to do the same on the other side of it. Still bottom left spawns for OpTic Texas, still looking good for next.
Yeah, and you're starting to feel, right, Sim just winning some of these gunfights a little bit more and more. Is Shotzi not able to find that double, but it doesn't matter because OpTic's still on the point, only down 25 now, as he said. Here we go. Chipping away, putting the pressure on the FaZe. And now if you're FaZe, you're just a little staggered here, doing 2 at a time. You have to wait for one another. Someone's going to make the call to slow down. They're going to do just that.
It's been chipping away, chipping away. Here's where you try to break their back. Can you get an amazing hold here as you try to win these one-on-one fights? A chance for a lead change now if you are OpTic Texas. It's a flurry of kills there for a moment. If you are Atlanta FaZe, you'll transfer and get over into the point. There are fights all over the place. They're all going the way of Atlanta FaZe. So an insane moment in sequence, maybe you think for OpTic Texas, does not happen. You shut it down, you break back in, you push this lead up again if you're Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah, but you're gonna have these parallel spawns right over towards the P3 for OpTic, so we're right back into the point we go. Seldim's gonna have to reposition. He's gonna lose that one. Break on one point, break on the other. But FaZe gonna rotate again, still with the cruise in his pocket. Does Shotzi have it?
When will that come through? Transition kills to Atlanta FaZe. Lead.
Might be now. It looks like he's opened it up. Here we go.
Up 3 points. Cruz is in. Dashy finds a kill. Cruz able to hit. A BZ dropped in out of it. Working through on one side is going to be Dashy as they start to collapse, just like we saw Atlanta FaZe able to do. Pressure on FaZe to win some big gunfights. They've traded back and forth to a degree. Last person in will be a BZ. Not gonna be easy. OpTic in, down 11. And they haven't got a ton of time from it yet. It's been chaos, but at least he made sure it's not an easy time for FaZe, yeah?
No, that's just it. Yeah, it's been really just a fight through P1 for both of these squads. That's where we're going next. Still 25 seconds left. Shotzi's on the pinch this time. He's up to 31, leading the lobby again in a hard point. It's been so good in these respawns. Abizi gonna find him, you're gonna be able to take him down. Now, who's gonna fight and take P1 here before it pops?
P1, so important. Simp was once 1 and 11. Now up to 24 and 27. Abizi looking to get it mixy. Early control. I thought for a second going to be to Atlanta FaZe, but is Shotzi able to get a multi? He should keep things in their control for now. Still that 20-point advantage. Simp itself pushing through, trying to make power plays. Simp just locking down the bar. sliding out, dipping, diving. Simp with another, nearly back to even. 4 straight now for Simp. 25 points away from pushing this 2A map 5. Simp rallies a chance to maybe earn a streak. Celian winning the fight on one side of it. It is a lockdown hold in defense for Atlanta FaZe. Up over 30 are Draza and Abizi. Time is a ticking. Pressure is a racking. OpTic Texas have got to go. They're up against it now. Big Draws now trying to hold. Shots are hidden, but at least able to back down one. Simp is able to get another. He gets another. Draza with 5 straight. Spawning out is OpTic Texas. They cannot get through. We go to a map 5. Of course we do.
Yeah, this has been the trend all day. It's going to be a long championship Sunday. I don't think anyone's complaining about that. But this team always fights back. Able to win the control. A nice start on this Vista. OpTic bring it back with some great teamwork to get some players going. Get Shotzi on that streak, but FaZe able to hold on.
Yeah, and listen, it's not as simple as it's a team game, obviously, but you would hope, I guess, if you're OpTic Texas, considering Simp is 1-11 to start the game, then maybe you have a lead, or maybe it's a bit closer. The fact that you're in a 60 to 70 point hold, despite that is rough. And then God comes alive. He brings it all the way back to the point that he goes 28-28, puts up almost 6K in damage despite the rough start. But it's the other 3 that get him there. They were the hard carries early on, but I mean, they go toe-to-toe. But honestly, that's one of the larger deficits we've had. Like a 65-point victory in this matchup feels like 200 compared to how the rest have gone.
And Dross has been so consistent today. He really has. Just winning so many gunfights, putting so much damage in, but there's just the game flow, right? FaZe have this lead. The second P4 gets close. That's when you use the cruise, right? That second P5, what does it turn into? Time for FaZe. So it doesn't pay off. FaZe then able to win that rotation. You're at 181 to 185 through 3 hills. That's never a good stretch.
Yeah, I mean, Dashi gets a kill, and I think the streak he's able to get one, but you still have pretty close spawns.
Just weren't close enough, yeah.
Yeah, then it's just like this skirmish. We've seen this multiple times this weekend, where you use a streak there, but it's not, people aren't close enough to kind of get them spawning out where you can take advantage of it. Instead, it's just like chaos. Yes, you get them out of it. Yes, it's messy for the first 30 seconds of the hard point, but then you kind of get a symbol to balance if you're FaZe. You get back in, you rack up some of that time, and you push the lead out again, but another wild one between these 2 squads. That's all we're going to get.
Yeah, and I think just, after watching this weekend with Cruises on this map, discussion between coaches, but I feel like P5's so chaotic already, maybe save it for that P1.
No, honestly, or just get somebody to a position, like a power position. Even if it doesn't get a kill, maybe it moves people around and lets you to get aggressive on the map. But here we go. FaZe OpTic, a tale as old as time. OpTic wants up 2-0.
As old as you.
Oh, dude, bro. That's true, though. That's true, though. It's 2-2. They're up 2-0, but it slipped away. FaZe have made the run.
Come on!
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store.
It's time. Back to Toronto. Championship Sunday, Game 5. OpTic FaZe. We go to Invasion. And this has been an interesting one, not only between these teams, how they've done throughout the stage. We just saw OpTic play this and look great, obviously, against New York. But FaZe, who historically so good in Surge, Joe, they're still looking for their first victory here this stage.
No, they are. I mean, map 5, I mean, you can see here, OpTic leading the way. FaZe haven't gone to that many map 5s, but yeah, OpTic have clutched up when they needed to. But yes, on this Invasion, we just saw it, and OpTic getting better and better at it overall. What, 7-4 for OpTic, 9-5 for FaZe, but throughout this stage, 0-2. So they have struggled, maybe just trying to find some adjustments. Team are studying the VOD. That's what it comes down to.
Also, they've gone to more map 5s than I thought they had. Remember, true. I said to you for the last major, I was like, with the last series, when did they last go to map 5? And you were like, I think it was 2 at the last major. I was like, really? Like,
yeah, it was to start. It was Thieves.
Yeah, I forgot. I'll be honest, I blocked out. Forgot about that one. But this is Invasion Search. And how it's gone. You saw the map 5 records. This is the Search Invasion record, but 0-2 for FaZe within this qualifier. There's always an ebb and flow when it comes to Search. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're great, sometimes you're bad. But now you need to be a god. It's map 5 time. Offense for OpTic Texas. Do or die. Losers final. Winner faces Ultra.
Yeah, just going to be a question mark similar versus New York. How much are you going to contest this if you are FaZe? Going to allow Shotzi to this position. I think with FaZe, one thing we know time and time again near that A-bomb is always aBeZy. Using that MCW just feels like he can be so tough to take down. And then on the other side for OpTic, yeah, it's always about Shotzi.
Yeah, no, I think those are the two kind of focal points. Is it going to be another guy that likely makes those plays? Sure. Like? But Simp, he's tucked away, and he's pouncing Draza there for help. Trying to spot the shoulder just enough to get back and stay up. Able to finish it, though, is Pred. So now, 3 versus 2, Atlanta FaZe. But he FaZe with the first blood behind Simp, but he's out of it. Now, can you bring this back if you're Pred and Dashy? Pred and Dashy, I don't know, they've been the clutchest or the least clutch. It depends on the round.
Yeah, the problem, round 1, you don't have a smoke. You do not have a smoke, and that's just how difficult it is. Draza just going to take his time now. His teammates are there to help him. Dashy is in a very tough spot.
Best of luck, sir, as the stuns are all hitting. Trying to get the read. Under 15 seconds to go. Between a rock and our place, not a whole lot that he's going to be able to sniff out. Tries to pick a side and Shao, but the shots coming in from everywhere. Simp and Draza, good little 2-man game.
And I honestly thought, because Draza started shifting over towards A. And I was like, what is the timing going to be like? Is Kenny just going to waltz all on up? Because Draza was moving back and forth between the sites. But he's able to get there just in time.
At first, I thought you meant kind of with Simp, like, when's he going to pop? Yeah, you mean Draza tracking back? And, well, it turned out it worked out really well because they both get a kill. Yes, you trade out Simp eventually, but you have the numbers if you're FaZe. So far, looking good if you're FaZe. Nice round from Draza. He's been so good for this team since he joined. aBeZy just barely getting through. The wall bang's trying to finish him off. It's not going to happen. He'll have a rival in hand as he tries to move his way up the map. Simp. Now we'll see if the nade can dink and connect. Not going to be able to hit.
Well, Pred, the timing, he's lurked on up. Got into a very good spot to at least flank quickly if he wants to. He's watching the cross back as well. But it looks like FaZe opting to go towards B.
You've got the numbers here, though. You've got 2 set up. Shotzi in one corner. Kenny playing from the tractor.
That's going to help.
Just waiting now for them to try and execute. 40 seconds to go. No, they've got to go. Here we go. Coming through. Shotzi up to it. First blood through for him. Trying to dance around. Kenny gets another. Draza looking to bring it back. Kenny getting shots in, but can't quite finish him. I thought he lost him, but he's able to snap. Oh, on Cell. Kenny, are you kidding me? I thought he was lost. And then he's hitting everything.
I mean, just buying time as well, right? Throwing shoulders, finessing, swapping beams to the Renetti, hitting beams on Acelium. And that was one of those rounds, right, where like that rotation back over to A is just wide open. But because the meta of this map has switched so often, teams are so used to so many different strategies, it's just a classic double B setup. One player on the tractor, one player in the corner, able to hold it down.
Yeah, I mean, more often than not, you're really hoping you got one person there you can isolate. Yeah, right? You're just dealing with the crossfire through from mid, but Shotzzy couldn't be easier to get that first one on the board for him. So first blood now for either side. Simp with 1, Shotzzy with 1. And you're lurking your way up on this B Street. Repositioning again will be Draza. Relatively similar to what we saw in the sense you have a 2-man game here, but different position now for Simp. And it's just a guessing game as you work for OpTic.
Yeah, trying to nade the tractor. Simp. He's going to be the point man. Try to get spotted. Shotzzy. I think the smoke went down, so they're going to try to isolate him, but Draza is there for the crossfire. It's been all about the B defense on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar, right? Like, I know with the smoke out, it's a little bit crazier from the other side, but you lock it down if you're OpTic Texas. You lock it down now if you are FaZe. Dashy trying to go to work in a 1 versus 4, but there's 30 to go. Spotted for Tesla everywhere, but those are ropes as he is able to hit at range. Celium will drop. I don't know if you're gonna have time to do much, but God, that is a gunfight and a half. 2 of the best to do it at that range.
And again, he's just in a spot where, yeah, he's just got to take his time, maybe not give up another kill for a streak for FaZe. But normally, Sim's sort of that connector player. He's able to find another, just not a lot of time to work with. There is the trade. And what is that? I think Draza is up to 6 now. But normally Sim's sort of your rotation guy, playing connector, throwing that smoke. This time, playing near the site with the rival. Draza looking over him.
Well, I think some of the time, like, listen, I think Simp is one of the greatest player of all time, and he's got a game sense that few have. But like when they're struggling in search, sometimes it's like I don't know, he's not having the impact when he's trying to be that guy going back and forth. He's trying to play that lurk role, trying to just find those great timings. Yeah. He gets a little lost in, and suddenly he has a dud, and you're in trouble. So maybe just trying to set him up for some easier ones, some easier kind of 2-man games. And so far, working 2-1. But Dashy, well, if it was beams, at the end of the last round, he's beaming yet again. Just ludicrous stuff from Dashy to get the first blood. 2-2 now in the first blood department.
Again, Pred in this position that he was in last time, just sort of hanging out. The problem is, if he gets spotted, then that first blood is sort of just useless, but he's going to find one. Stays patient, now gets away with his life.
The job to not get traded by either Simp or a BC. Dude, he centered on his forehead when he snapped back, but Simp will get caught and dropped. Back and forth, we continue on 2-2. The tension building and building.
Very similar to our map too, right? It was just sort of all attack, but whoever's winning the first blood, winning the round. And that time, yeah, I mean, Draza's going for the pre-fire through mid, and Dashy's like, yeah, I'll take that fight, and I'm gonna win it.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to chow that man right now. He has been so good late in these series. One of the best shooters in the history of the esport. Putting on, but now to round number 5. So far, yeah, first blood. You try to play mistake-free S&D. You win it behind your numbers. Who makes the first mistake? Or maybe who makes the first insane clutch? Shotzzy. Spotted, but a smoke here, so he'll just kind of stop for a sec.
Again, just Simp over towards the B site. But nothing has really worked over towards B. So do you start to adjust if you're the defense? Maybe it takes some risks. Just go for it again. The smoke is down. Right now, Draza watching the cross, and the stun is perfect. Perfect for Draza. There is a quick trade, though. Pred has lived around the cafe area. Abizi now has to try to play his life. And Pred able to find a second.
Pred making plays in the mid-map to a 2 versus 3 now. You get eyes, and what kind of timing is this going to be for Cell? Wraps it out, Pred repositions. Pred locking him in, 3 for Pred. Working on an ace, but he'll get eliminated. Simp, though, so much to do. Not able to do it. OpTic Texas take advantage and go up 3-2.
Yeah, just finds the timings right. Does Pred, as he's able to find onto a BZ, maybe repositioning. Then on to Celium.
And he kind of said, like, you know, it's been a story of first blood and controlling that. Right before we asked, like, when's going to be the first time you get first blood and things fall apart? Maybe somebody clutch up. Well, quickly, it's Pred with an answer. That Draza, first blood is nullified. You have a monster round if you're OpTic Texas. You now take control of this game 5. Pressure to FaZe to come up with a moment. And Celium right now, 0-4. And we know how good he can be in big-time moments in Surge, but not here right now.
Well, there's just been so much presence at B, right? Like,
true.
I mean, we saw it with Sky. Sometimes the A Street guy is just in an impossible position. But again, look at number 3 in Pred. Pred is taking so much room. The problem is, though, Shotzi gets caught and broken. But Pred could be the difference maker like he was in the last round.
I thought you stayed alive, Shotzi, if you're long enough to maybe at least drag him into getting traded, but not quite able to happen. You get info there on Pred, just, well, at least with the door, you know his position for now. Kenny, hoping maybe he can just catch one. Can he just catch one, take a fight? Draws a good job getting low, staying alive. I thought maybe you send it behind this, but the help comes over in the way of Dashy. So
well, now they know there's 2B Street. That's the info that FaZe was looking for. Now Pred on the reposition. Just too many players to deal with. 35 seconds. Sim trying to move the bomb over. Cell on the board. On to Ken. It was all defense. Now it's looking like back-to-back offense. And guess who's left in another 1 versus 4?
Yeah, Dashy trying to do it all. But honestly, I know this is like a silly thing, but just great job not getting picked and like getting prone in spots, whether it was Simp there crossing through mid, just don't give away like a free one. Draza on the chow, but Kenny is get prone and don't drop. I mean, I know these guys have lightning quick reflexes, best players in the world, but we've seen it. You just get caught, you get picked, suddenly the round's on its head, but good job just staying up.
Well, and just the fact that, I mean, these guys can ego chow whenever they want.
True.
And a lot of times I think they do, but in this matchup won't happen using their numbers to their advantage. It's FaZe back on defense. We'll see what OpTic opt to do.
4 first bloods now for FaZe out of the 6 rounds. OpTic Texas start to work the attack again. Simp getting back over to his spot as he'll be working with Draws on one side of it. The question again is what position will he be in? What kind of timing will there be for Draws? But looks like he wants the challenge broken this time around.
Yeah, first time here. First time in this position. Draza has to stay low. And OpTic normally very good at this, finding the nades, finding the angles onto this player. Last time through, though, it was Pred through mid-tank in Cafe. So Celium's probably happy. Maybe he's going to have someone push this way.
There's not a whole lot of help. When you talk about like B-Dom area 4.
Yeah, mid-tank's wide open. Look, there's 3 players there for OpTic.
Yeah, it is a BZ kind of by himself, and a BZ just pushes forward. The confidence to get aggressive there and find a kill, absurd. The damage comes through so Cell can finish one. Dashy, the sneaker's not quite fast enough to catch another. So to a 3v2 advantage we go for Atlanta FaZe. Simp, he's been this side and he's been lurking, can't get caught. He at least gets one. It got scary for a moment.
Dashy, I think he spotted him. Celium, this is just sort of the area he likes to play. Of course, Dashy would love to chow. 12 seconds, though. He's got to get to a bomb.
And they know that. Only time to get to one position. So has to take the fight. Comes soaring on through.
He got it.
He goes to planet. He gets it through. Are you kidding me? And he gets away. He gets away. He's a magician. 1 versus 1. Draza, Dashy. The timing's going to make me throw up. 35 seconds, he spots him, backs down, he bombs! Dashy! My fucking God!
Unbelievable lightning reflexes. The shots on the Draza, then snaps onto Cell. He knows where the first chow's coming from. Unbelievable.
Brother.
With the snap, knows the time as well. Draza doesn't reach out. Then down to 77, catches him on the challenge, on the sprint. Dashy puts him up 1.
Oh, Draza is hearing it, but Cell gets right into it. Another first blood for Atlanta FaZe. Holy hell. Draza and FaZe wanting that one back, that is for sure, but they have the 4v3. You have a chance to silence the crowd as you start to work this towards the B-bomb site. Kenny repositioning, hopefully catching somebody sprinting. Just continue to shoulder this for info, maybe catch someone, set up Pred deep.
Well, I think similar to Highrise, right? They get a first blood. They're just going to wait if you are FaZe. Hopefully, like, Pred gets aggressive through Cafe. Not going to happen this time through. Smoke is down. But Kenny's going to get the info. Chick jumped down to Big Bruce again. What is the timing like? He wins the first quick trade. Celium just watching the flank. There will be 2 on him, though. He's got to buy as much time as he can. I don't think he's going to be ready for this. Is Kenny just going to leave him? Feels like you have to deal with this player. Yeah, he does.
Cell's just like melee in front of him. I don't know. He gets it dropped. 2 versus 2. 35 to go. You had a clutch from OpTic Texas. Can you answer If you're Atlanta FaZe, Simp gonna get dropped. They continue to win fights. 1 versus 1 again. Lord Almighty above. Abizi versus Pred. He gets dropped. It's a clutch again for OpTic.
Abizi's trying to catch him sprinting and get info. I don't think Abizi's full health yet. I don't.
He was like 105 somewhere in there.
I don't think he's full health, so Pred just snaps onto him. Abizi wants to get to the mid tank. If he hits the mid tank, round's over. Round is over, and you're gonna see it here. Yeah, I mean, just too wide of a shoulder there. I thought he swatted him at first. Deep courtyard, was just gonna play cafe. Tries to get to mid tank, instead gets caught.
Big round 3 or 4. I said, is it gonna be clutches? Is it gonna be heroic moments? Because the first bloods, it's all been FaZe. There are 2 first bloods right now for OpTic Texas, but they have a 5-3 advantage. It has been the ice. And where that has been lacking in this matchup, it is not lacking right now. In control, 1 more round. A couple of snakes, very slippery.
Just not trying to get spotted maybe by Abizi, trying to chow together. And now pressure onto Abizi and quickly, and he's gonna get caught. They go so fast, smoke down, immediate 8 plant. This is beautiful from OpTic.
Now you got a 3v4 if you're Atlanta FaZe, or is this one done? The revenge game. OpTic Texas pushing so desperately to get into a final. Draza, though, brings it to a 3 versus 3. He's able to hit the shots. 30 seconds. Time is dwindling. Cell is going to fall. Shotzi's going big. Kenny.
He's just buying time. 10
taking
again.
damage. Trying to finesse. He wins one. Now on to Simp. Able to drop one. 20 seconds to go. Just so little time. The shot's through. Gets in damage. Stun will hit. He won't fall. Send him packing. Send him home. It's an OpTic Texas win.
It has been a nightmare for OpTic this matchup all year long. Dashy getting the crowd fired up. Some of the most emotion we've seen from this guy in his hometown. And now he's in the final.
The clutch master. Even when they've lacked the ice in moments, he's had that clutch factor despite it, and he has the moment that flips the game on its head. The 1v2 clutch. Dashy, a monster. OpTic with the revenge. Atlanta FaZe will not be going back-to-back. They are done at Major 3, and now waiting and looming. The hometown heroes in Ultra will match up against OpTic. We check out the stats before we get ready for an interview. I mean, it's balanced kind of all around for the most part.
Just 1v1s. 1v1s.
The first bloods, too. You've got 6. First bloods if you're Atlanta FaZe. And oh yeah, I'm sorry, no interview on this one, right? Because we're getting ready for the final. Yeah, no interview. So you have to wait to hear from the winner of the final, because we're going back to back. Getting ready to get right into this. This is how it went. You go up 2-0 if you're OpTic. You're in